are such serious movies being made. Not that I have anything against them, but I feel like there's so much going on in our lives lately. You know, there's so much stress. I feel like a good comedy is what your soul needs. So you want to go watch this with. It's a clean film also. So I feel like this is a film that you go watch with your family and have a good laugh and come back home and sleep peacefully. I mean, that's underrated. I'm not going to name anything, but I was reading for a part and testing for a part, and I did like 4 or 5 readings, and then, I mean, we kind of got along with the whole team, and I fit the part and everything was right, and then suddenly I get a call that it's not happening, and I'm like, oh really, but what happened? You know, because everything went fine, the readings were fine. They apparently went with an influencer with like some millions and millions of followers. I have nothing against it. I hear people complaining, oh, my privacy is being taken away from me and I feel like they are in your face all the time. I feel like, I mean, that's part of the profession you've chosen. It's part of the whole gamut of things that comes with being in the limelight. So I feel like I'm okay with it. I also feel that they're here to do their job. They're getting their bread and butter depends on who they click on what date.
Describe these 3 co-stars in one word, okay? Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
Phenomenal.
Imran Hashmi.
Charismatic and fun.
Dulquer Salman.
Charming.
Yes. And Shahid Kapoor.
Vibrant.
Hello everyone, welcome to News 18 Shosha, and today we have with us the very stunning, the very thinking Neha Sharma.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Very well, super excited. The release is around the corner, so yes, all pumped up.
Yes. So we saw the trailer, we saw you in it, and you know, from the looks of it, it seems like you're somebody who's very mufat.
Yeah.
Are you somebody like that in real life?
You know, I used to be, but I think it's the conditioning because the industry teaches you that, you know, you have to be politically correct at most times. So I think over the 15 years that I've been here, I've learned to be politically correct a tad bit, yet I have times where I find myself having said things and having regretted those.
But do you think this burden of being politically correct especially lies on women?
I think a tad bit more for sure,
Yeah.
because I feel it is a male-dominated society. They try to look for when a woman makes a mistake. But I feel it's for both parties when it comes to this industry, because it's there is a lot of responsibility, because there are a lot of people who look up to you for everything you say, and they look at a role model in you. They want to get inspired. They feel that our profession is aspirational. So I feel like at somewhere we need to be careful with what we say.
Right. You know, coming to the film, you've worked with Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Now, it seems like he's somebody who doesn't really open up that easily.
Yeah.
Was it difficult breaking that ice with him?
I feel he's a tad bit reserved, and he's not a very chatty, you know, kind of a person. Man of few words, if I can say, but definitely very easy to get along with.
Okay.
So I feel like I didn't really have to try much with him, because we met, we did a reading, we went on set, and it was this inherent sense of comfort, I think, which 2 actors can have or cannot have, and there's no way to bring that about, I feel. It's either there or it's not there. So I felt like we appreciated each other's space, we respected each other's space, we tried to bring a lot to the scenes, so I feel like that comfort was there, and either of us didn't have to try.
But was there any kind of, I mean, were you intimidated by him?
Of course, the idea of, you know, there is a lot of, I mean, Nawaz being a fab actor, Nawaz being an institution, you know, there are these things that you've been hearing. Of course, his performances are again something that I have been looking up to forever. So his filmography is a bit of a burden as such, so to say, in a good way.
Yeah.
So I feel like you always feel like you need to match up to that when you're doing a film. In my favor, what has worked is this is not one of those films where it is so performance oriented. This is a simple comedy, which is, you've got to be effortless, and that's one thing that I know. I mean, I'm not a very trained doing all the drama schools like he's done apparently. So for me, being effortless is the key, and I feel when I do comedies, I get to be myself to a certain extent, bring that spontaneity in the role. So I think it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's very interesting what you just said. And I think it's very true. There's either chemistry or there isn't. You can't do anything about it. Has it ever happened where, you sort of really struggle to get along with your co-star on a film set?
You try to with every film, because I feel like if there is a certain amount of comfort, forget chemistry, if there's a certain amount of comfort, both of you are at ease, and then you can talk about, acha, let's do this, can we do this? And there's give and take, and there's a certain amount of connect, and you can talk about how to do a scene. Because I feel a lot of it, on paper, there is something written. And then when you translate it finally to screen, there has to be that little extra magic, which you call.
Right.
So I feel that'll only come in if there's a certain amount of comfort. So I feel like we always try that, we have that with our co-actor.
Yeah. So I think this marks your return to the big screen after a lot of time. I mean, a Hindi film.
I mean, every time I do a film, they always say, "Oh, come back," and all. I'm like, yeah, where have I gone? I mean, it's constantly a struggle to do films here. You're trying to.
Why do you say that?
I say that because I feel like you have n number of films being cast for. Sometimes you don't even know when they're cast for. Sometimes you know they're cast for. You can audition for, like, suppose there are 5 films being cast for, and you can audition for those 5, but then you might not end up getting all 5. You might just end up getting 1. And it's not like there are 100 decent scripts that come my way. If there are 5 decent scripts that come my way, I have to pick out of them, and then sometimes I want to be part of it, sometimes they don't want me to be part of it. So for everything to work out, the options are very little. So I feel like I have been here. I mean, I did a small cameo, special appearance, whatever you call it, in Tanaji.
Yes.
So it was not that long back.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying as a lead, as
yeah. The thing is, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on everybody right now with theatricals, especially. So Aafate was not a theatrical, but it was still a feature film, and we did put in a lot of effort and passion into it. So I feel like if the markets change, if you guys, help us to bring our films to the people, to the audiences, and they go back to the theatres and watch our films, I think there'll be more work for everybody.
Yes, that's right. But generally speaking, are you happy with the kind of projects coming your way?
I have nothing to complain, because I have immense gratitude for whatever work is coming. Am I happy? No, I think you need to grow, you need to want more from life, and there's a lot that I need to do, because I feel when it comes to challenging roles, or roles where, when they say meet, I still have the hunger for those. So I'm still hoping with the one right film that might change for me, and people might think of me as a credible actor. I'm still on my way to building that. Ever since, from the first film till today, I think that's been a process. I mean, some people have it easier. They're like, oh, he's a fab actor or she's a fab actor. I think that's been a constant struggle with me. Even though, like, I've heard from my fans, my supporters, and some so-called critics that I'm not so bad. So yeah, my idea is to get better roles and better films, and eventually do some cinema where I watch it and I say, okay, that's a good one. It's not happened yet.
Yeah, you're waiting for that.
Yes.
You're hoping for that. Neha, I would want to talk a little bit about your social media game, which is super strong. And the pictures are,
I'm trying. It's not super strong, but I'm trying to be there, because I feel that's this is the moment, and you have to be with the times. When I started, I was like, I don't know if I can do Twitter, Facebook, and then Instagram came, and then I don't know how many other things came. But I felt like if I'm not going to keep up, you're not going to be relevant, because the people of today are very social media savvy.
That's right.
So I'm like, I have to be with the times. Yes.
But, largely the pictures are, that high on, the glam quotient. Has it ever occurred to you that because of the kind of pictures that you put up, perhaps you're not going to get roles that are de-glam?
I mean, I didn't get them when I wasn't on social media as well. So, I mean,
No,
I
now
don't
with,
see.
you know, the thing
Now I
changing,
feel
the
like, no,
landscape
that's the
changing.
thing. I feel like there is no right or wrong because when I wasn't doing it also, it wasn't coming to me. So when I was auditioning for a part where you looked de-glam and you looked sand makeup and tan myself, I did all of that in the beginning, but I don't see that working. So I feel like you rather do things that you feel comfortable doing and which is your element. And I feel like an actor needs to translate on screen. A director has to have a vision
Right.
that they need to transform this person to a particular character. If you see great films and great roles, you can look like whatever in your real life, but on screen you need to look like that character. And there's a lot of work that goes into it, whether it's changing your hair, whether it's changing your look, whether it's gaining weight, whether it's losing weight. A lot of it goes on to making a particular character. So I feel like my Instagram or my personal life shouldn't be the benchmark of how I should be on camera.
That's right. You know, I just remembered something, and this really baffled me. They said that of late, a lot of casting directors choose actors based on the following that they have on social media.
Yes,
Have you
it
heard
shocks
of it?
me as well. No, it's true because
Yeah.
I see. I'm not going to name anything, but I was reading for a part and testing for a part, and I did like 4 or 5 readings, and then I mean, we kind of got along with the whole team, and I fit the part, and everything was right, and then suddenly I get a call that it's not happening, and I'm like, oh really? But what happened? You know, because everything went fine, the readings were fine. They apparently went with an influencer with like some millions and millions of followers. So I feel like, or I hope rather, I feel eventually people are going to realize that being part of a movie or a show, it requires a certain amount of talent and it requires a certain amount of acting credential.
Absolutely.
And not your social media following that should get you the part. I think right now the producers or the makers are feeling like maybe they have that fan base so they'll pull the crowd to the theaters. I mean, we still need to figure this out. We're also discovering this. Let's see if they can actually pull the crowd to the theaters or they cannot. And I feel that if they cannot, then it'll be authentic casting based on your talent or whether you fit the bill or not. But for now, this is something that I'm also figuring. I'm hearing things,
But it's so baffling, right?
it is.
Yeah. So, okay, Neha, I read this headline early morning, okay? It said, Neha Sharma finally says no to a gym outfit. I think you were
really?
wearing something Indian, that's why. Okay. Now, do you read these comments under these pap videos?
I do. I actually do. There was a time when I used to read comments in general, whether it be my post or be it a PAP page and whatever, just to understand what people actually, because I need to understand the pulse of the audience, what they like to see, what they don't like to see. You're in a visual medium, you've got to take notes from people because something could be my personal style, but something might be offensive to someone else. So somewhere you have to balance in a way that you don't hurt someone's sensibility or sentiment. So for me, it was important up till a point where I'm like, okay guys, it's just being hateful and just being mean for no reason. And as you know, they say you gotta have thick skin when you come to the industry. I try to do that. But after a point, if it's you're being targeted and you're being cornered and they make you feel a certain way, which it just spirals into more negative. So I feel like now I tend to stay away from it because my job is to do what I have to do, and then if you like it, great. If you don't like it, it's up to you, and the kind of energy you're putting out, that comes back to you. So I feel like if people who are putting all this negative energy out there, all that negative is going to come back to you at some point. So I want to keep myself away from it.
Yeah. But do you also think that subscribing to this paparazzi culture, that also is something that's required of your job in today's time?
I have nothing against it. I hear people complaining, oh, my privacy is being taken away from me and I feel like they are in your face all the time. I feel like, I mean, that's part of the profession you've chosen. It's part of the whole gamut of things that comes with being in the limelight. So I feel like I'm okay with it. I also feel that they're here to do their job. they're getting their bread and butter depends on who they click on what date. The hard work that they put in, standing in the sun all day. I mean, these are things that people don't see. They just see pictures, videos, and they think it's all easy. But no, it's not. They wait all day for certain amount of celebrities. Oh, maybe Shah Rukh Khan's going to come out at this hour. So they have to wait all day to, click that particular celebrity.
Right.
So I feel that also is a lot of hard work. Okay. And for me personally, I feel... because of them, we are more accessible to the people. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because earlier there were no PAPs and films were still working, actors were still celebrated. But now with the times, I don't know, I feel like it's become an important part of today. So I'm going with the times.
Yeah.
I don't know what's working, what's not working, but I want to be with the times because I think it's important to stay relevant. Understand what's going on and not be like, oh, I can't do this. I mean, when the cell phones came out, we were like, oh, why should I take my cell phone everywhere? You've got a landline at home. But now everyone lives with a cell phone. You just turn around and everyone has a cell phone. So I think it's important to be with the times, whether you like it or you don't.
Right. Lastly, your videos or your pictures with your sister Aisha, people love watching the both of you. There was a show also that happened.
Yes.
How reassuring is it, Neha, to have somebody like that in this business which is otherwise so unpredictable?
I think it's great, and I feel that family support somehow is the most important thing because it keeps you grounded. It keeps you reassured that, there is someone there for you. Whether your film is a success or a failure, whether in life you're feeling up or down, your family is always going to be there for you. I'm assuming that's also for close friends.
Yeah.
But since we are 4 siblings, it's more the family. So I feel it's a very important aspect, and I feel people celebrate 2 sisters, especially because I feel both of us are in the same line of work, and there are times we're auditioning for the same part as well.
Really?
Yes. And then I hear of the audition experiences from her, which sometimes are not pleasant, and I feel like that's one thing we celebrate because we can chat about it, we can bitch about the bad experiences and feel better about it. We can talk about, okay, hair and makeup's not working and, helping each other, and someday when I'm not motivated, she can push me to go to the gym. I think there are phases, and I feel like having this journey with her is obviously so much better than if I was a woman alone in this city trying to make her way to, success. It wouldn't have been this comforting. Let's say the word comforting, because I feel at least I have that. And I feel like women who come alone to the city, I don't see them feeling that comfort of home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll do a very quick rapid fire and be as quick as you can.
Okay.
Okay. A rumor about you that really angered you.
Nothing angers me anymore. I'm sorry, because from day one there have been rumors, and it's like I got used to it. I feel eventually I'm like, okay, it's going to fade because today they're talking about it, tomorrow they'll forget about it. I think that's somewhere a training that you go through when you come into the industry.
Okay. Who's a Bollywood crush? Your first Bollywood crush?
My first one, Shah Rukh and Bobby Deol, when Barsat had come with the long curly hair. Shah Rukh in weirdly so Ram Jane, because I'm like that, those blazers with no shirt was kind of cool. I think I have phases with films. Sanjay Dutt in that rain song that he did was with long hair was super sexy.
Yeah.
Varun in some film which was again very cool, and Ranbir in Savarya. So I think it's and when Ranbir did that hair thing. So I think it's film to film.
Yeah.
I won't say like it's one person that I'm crushing over. It's the characters, not cinema.
All right. Okay. One director in your bucket list.
Loads of them.
Tell me one.
So I'm like, R. Balki is doing some amazing things. I mean, I'm sick and tired of saying Mani Ratnam because I've still not met him. So at some point when I do. There are some amazing filmmakers. There's Shankar in the South who's amazing. And I had auditioned for a film which Vikramaditya Motwane was doing, but that film never got made. But I really think he's amazing, and at some point I would love to do a film with him.
Okay. So what is the biggest misconception that people have about Neha Sharma? What do you think it is?
Misconception? You should tell me what they think about me, because I feel like I project an image and I'm selling what I am, and I think people are buying it unless they have another image of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So describe these three co-stars in one word. Okay. Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
Phenomenal.
Imran Hashmi.
Charismatic and fun.
Dulquer Salman.
Charming.
Yes. And Shahid Kapoor.
Vibrant.
Okay. And lastly, tell us one reason why we should all watch Jogira Sarara.
I always say to that is why not? Because I feel, there are such serious movies being made. Not that I have anything against them, but I feel like there's so much going on in our lives lately. There's so much stress. I feel like a good comedy is what your soul needs. So you want to go watch this it's a clean film also. So I feel like this is a film that you go watch with your family and have a good laugh and come back home and sleep peacefully. I mean, that's underrated.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, it's so underrated.
Absolutely.
So just have a good time. We all deserve that.
Yeah.
And to be happy for 2 hours is a big one. So I feel 26th of May is the film. I would request everybody to take out those 2 hours and go watch this happy film and feel a little better with everything that's happening around us.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that.
Thank
you.
Hi, this is Neha Sharma and you're watching me on News 18 Shosha.